Hello, dear students. Welcome back to our news channel. Today we have two topics that take us beyond our daily lives. One, quite literally, into outer space, and the other, global diplomacy. The first will gaze up at the stars and discover how space missions and star parties are making people across India more excited about astronomy. And then we'll shift gears to talk about a serious issue. What happens uh, when Indian citizens who face death penalty in foreign countries and how the Indian government steps in to help. Okay, so buckle up as we embark on this cosmic and diplomatic adventure. First, imagine you uh, you are lying under a blanket of stars. You are seeing the Milky Way, okay, which stretch across the sky, and you spot distant planets through a telescope. Now this sounds magical, right? Well, more and more people in India are experiencing this magic through star parties. Now, you may ask, what is a star party? So, a star party is not your usual birthday or celebration with cakes and balloons. It's an event where people, especially astronomy enthusiasts, gather in dark places away from city lights to observe the night sky. Okay, and how do they do that? Using telescopes, camera. The camera telescope say they gaze the dark night sky. Okay, so from the cold deserts of Ladakh to the valleys of Uttarakhand and hills of Pune, people are seeking out these remote locations to witness this breathtaking celestial sights. Okay, but why is this happening now more than ever? पहले तो इतना नहीं सुना था, है ना? India's space agency, ISRO has been making huge strides with missions like Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan, है ना? We have already covered this article. Now, these missions have sparked curiosity among people, especially students, about space and astronomy. So, seeing India reach for the stars has inspired many to do the same by observing the skies. Okay? So, just imagine planets like Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. They have recently lined up in a straight row in the sky, and a phenomenon called planet parade. And we have thoroughly covered this article. So, events like this also encourage star parties where people can witness such rare alignments. Okay, now if you want to experience a star party, where should you go? So, there are some of the places which have been mentioned as the ideal place for stargazing. First is Ladakh. ओके, सबसे पहले तो कौन सा एरिया है, कौन सा रीजन है? लद्दाख वाला जो है, लद्दाख, उत्तराखंड, which have some of the darkest skies in India. Now, why I'm seeing darkest skies? Because in metropolitan cities or in urban areas, there's a lot of light pollution. Okay, so to observe sky properly, we need dark sky. And then there's Himachal Pradesh, Chandratal Lake, Maharashtra's Tamhini Ghat, rural areas which are far from city lights. So there also stars shine the brightest. If you ever been to a village, you might have observed that you can easily see stars in at night time, right? But in cities or in urban areas, it's not possible because there's a lot of light pollution going on. Now, what happens at a star party? People use telescopes to look at planets, galaxies, okay, nebulae, and some even use cameras to capture stunning images of space. And then experts explain constellations and share exciting facts about the universe. And guess what? The excitement is not just among adults. Kids as young as 5 to 10 years old, they also attend these events. So this show how space is capturing the imagination of young minds. Okay? So these star parties are fun, right? They are fun, but they also come with responsibility, which is to protect the dark sky. Okay, because if there is too much artificial light from cities, so this will make it hard to see stars. And that's why many groups are now working to reduce light pollution and preserve these dark sky locations. Okay, so the next time you look up at the night sky, remember you're looking at a universe full of mysteries waiting to be explored. All right, so now let's shift our focus from a vast sky to a serious issue happening right here on Earth. So what happens when an Indian citizen is sentenced to death in a foreign country, and how does the Indian government respond? Now, why we are discussing this article? Recently, Shehzadi Khan, Shehzadi Khan, uh, an Indian citizen in the UAE, was executed for the alleged murder of an infant. Okay, so she has recently been executed, and within a week, two more Indians are also facing the death penalty in UAE. So this raises an important question. How many Indians are on death row abroad? इंडिया में तो चलो इंडिया की जुडिशरी है, इंडिया का लीगल सिस्टम है, लेकिन दूसरी कंट्री में क्या है, उनका लीगल सिस्टम है ना? तो कौन से इंडियंस, कितने इंडियंस हैं जो डेथ रो फेस कर रहे हैं? क्योंकि अभी रिसेंटली जो शहजादी खान का केस हुआ था, सो इट स्पार्क्ड कंट्रोवर्सी. ओके, and as per the data given by Ministry of External Affairs, total number of 49 people. Okay, so there are 49 Indians currently on death row in different countries, and the highest are in UAE with 25 Indian nationals, and Saudi Arabia में भी 11 है. Yes, Saudi Arabia में भी 11 है. Okay, so UAE में 25 है, Saudi में 11 है. Now these numbers, of course, you don't need to remember it, but these numbers are concerning, and they make us wonder, what can the Indian government do to help its citizens in such situations? है ना? तो इंडिया का जो रिस्पॉन्स रहा है, सबसे पहले इंडिया क्या करता है? व्हेन एन इंडियन इज अरेस्टेड अब्रॉड, थ्री थिंग्स हैपन. ओके, तीन चीजें होती हैं. सबसे पहले, फर्स्ट, द पर्सन हु इज अरेस्टेड एंड चार्ज बाय पुलिस, ओके, तो इसके बारे में पता चलता है. सेकेंड, दे गो थ्रू अ लॉन्ग जुडिशियल प्रोसेस in that country. Okay, so when an Indian person is arrested in abroad, first, what is the first thing? The person is arrested and charged by police. Second, they go through a long judicial process in that country. Third, if they are found guilty, the person, if they are found guilty, the person may appeal for a pardon from the country's ruler or president. Why I'm saying ruler? Because Middle East, some countries, they also have prince, you know? So they appeal for pardon from the country's ruler or president. And India's embassy tries best try their best to support citizens by providing what? By providing legal assistance. Okay, so they provide legal assistance. They also guide families on how to appeal for mercy. and they also negotiate with foreign governments. Foreign governments के साथ negotiate भी करते हैं वो. ओके, तो यहाँ पे इंडिया की एम्बेसी भी काम करती है. ऐसा नहीं होता कि सारा कुछ लोगों पे हो जाता है. नाउ, कैन डेथ सेंटेंस be reduced? See, in some countries, especially in मिडल ईस्ट, ओके, मिडल ईस्ट में जब हम मिडल ईस्ट की जब हम बात कर रहे हैं, so people sentenced to death can be saved by blood money. This means that the victim's family can accept financial compensation instead of demanding the death penalty. Okay, so but this is not the same for all cases. No, and not all cases allow this. And और भी चीजें हैं जैसे, has India ever saved citizens from death row? Yes. So there are total 2 cases where India successfully intervened, and they were able to, save them. So first is, uh, 8 Indian Navy veterans in Qatar, they were arrested, है ना, and they were sentenced to death. Okay, उनको डेथ सेंटेंस दे दिया था. क्यों? उन पे चार्जेस लगे थे कि दे आर बेसिकली स्पाइज, बट दे वर सेव्ड ड्यू टू इंडियाज डिप्लोमेटिक एफर्ट्स. तो 8 इंडियन नेवी को, पर्सनल्स को, वेटरन्स को स्पाई होने के चार्जेस पे उनको डेथ पेनल्टी इशू कर दिया था, बट दे वर सेव ड्यू टू इंडिया डिप्लोमेटिक एफर्ट्स. सिमिलरली, Gurdeep Singh in Indonesia, he was sentenced to death in 2005 for drug trafficking, but India's intervention spared his life. Okay, so these cases show that while India does its best to protect its citizens, legal processes in foreign countries can be unpredictable. अब नहीं पता, किसी केस में ब्लड मनी से भी हो सकता है, किसी केस में नहीं अलाउ किया जाता. So it is always important for travelers to understand the laws of the country they visit. Okay, so students, that's all for today. जल्दी जल्दी रिकैप कर लेते हैं. सबसे पहले हमने क्या, किसके बारे में पढ़ा? वी why the excitement around space missions. It is actually making more Indians interested in stargazing. So if you love space, maybe you should also attend a star party too. Okay, तो अगर आप ये तमहीनी घाट के पास में हो महाराष्ट्र के, and if you are in Himachal Pradesh or in near Ladakh, you can also do that. Meanwhile, India's foreign missions are working hard. They actually work hard to assist citizens facing legal troubles abroad. But we know that laws differ from country to country. Okay, so that's all, students, for today. And keep looking up at the sky and stay curious about the world around you. Bye bye.